was 3 years old, and I was living in San Francisco at the time, and like every other little girl, I was placed into a ballet school, and then eventually I was asked to audition for the San Francisco Ballet, and that was, I think, at age 8.
Wow.
And I think at that point, that's when I realized this is something that I love. This is something that I definitely don't ever want to not have in my life. And I was accepted into the San Francisco Ballet, and I trained there for 9 years. And I performed professionally with the San Francisco Ballet in a few different programs, and then I trained at Boston Ballet for a year, and Richmond Ballet I was an apprentice, and then I got very injured, and it was a wonderful time of sort of reevaluating. You know, dance must be in my life, but is it something that I want to do as a ballerina? I didn't know. I was accepted to New York University Tisch School of the Arts, and decided that moving to New York, getting an academic education alongside continuing to dance was the right answer for me. So I moved from Richmond, Virginia to New York City, and New York University is where I found modern dance, and I realized, okay, I can dance. I don't have to have point shoes on, you know, I can be human, I can be myself. And so I was able to take all of that technique, all the training of all the years of being a ballet dancer, and funnel that into something that's a little more my own, something that's a little bit more freeing. Eventually, after my 3 years and 2 summers at NYU, I had a meeting with the chair of the dance department, and just for sort of a last talk, some guidance, and she said, Stephen Petronio is holding an audition in 2 weeks, and I think that you should audition. She said the movement vocabulary I think would fit your body very well. The next day I packed my bags and went to the Stephen Petronio audition, where there were about 300 other girls, and eventually got that call, I'd like you to come and apprentice. And then once I met Stephen, it was sort of the end of the beginning. We were there for about a month, I think 2 years ago, and I have wonderful memories of being there. We don't get a whole lot of time I wish we had more time to really be travelers and tourists. You know, we have maybe a day every 8 days, but I remember having a day off in Nottingham and walking through gardens and seeing the museum. And we were in Sheffield. In Sheffield, I remember we had an amazing audience. It was one of those audiences that fed you energy. Sometimes you look out and you feel a little like just darkness and void, and you're not quite sure what's out there, but there are some audiences that you can see the smiles, and you can feel the interest, and then you can of course hear it at the end, and that was definitely in Sheffield. We had one of those audiences.